What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Alcoholics Unanimous. I am your host and your favorite alcoholic, Josh. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you like, follow, comment, subscribe, review, do all of that for me. Sent you. Still waiting for you as well. Still drinking you, but haven't heard from you. So I'm wondering, did I say something wrong? Or were you more not into me? Just let me know. Just let me know. Don't ghost me. I know you saw my story. I know you saw it. So somebody saw it. I sent you. Okay. Now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, today is episode 18, and we're going to talk about excitement, like giddy childhood excitement. When was the last time you ever felt excited? When was the last time you just felt that pure, like when you were growing up and you're going to somebody's birthday party and you found out that they're going to have a bounce house, bro? What? You're going to have a bounce house? I was talking to my friend about this, and he's like, man, you just took me back. Because everybody knows that feeling. That feeling you get that's like, there can be no wrong. There can be no wrong. The only problem with that is that it feels like time just takes so long to pass before the event happens. Like it's 8 o'clock, the party's at 11, and you're like, fuck, I just need to go. That level of excitement. Or Christmas Eve, you're laying in bed, you're 8 years old, you're waiting. You're sitting there like, I cannot wait for tomorrow to open all the presents. And you stay up because you're too excited. And you wake up at 5 in the morning and you go to wake up your parents. And you're like, hey, Santa came. Can we open the gifts? And your parents are like, shut the fuck up. Get out of here. Go back to bed. And you're like, that's not possible for me because I'm an excited 8-year-old. Giddy childhood excitement. Pure, unadulterated excitement. Where only the best can happen. I was thinking about it and I can't remember the last time I felt that. The only two examples I just gave were the only two that I could really think of that has led me to feeling that level of excitement. And it got me to the question, why don't we feel that as adults? Why aren't we able to get there? It seems like it should be something that if we've experienced it before, we should be able to experience it again, but it just doesn't happen, especially as an adult. And I have a few thoughts about that, but what's some things that kind of give you that level of excitement in a, fraction of that excitement? For me, it was like locking down my first apartment, moving in. It's exciting, but it comes with some side dishes, and those side dishes are anxiety about your bills, about the rent, about possibly losing your job, which all has happened to me. But you have to pay for these things. It doesn't come with, it's not a free box of Lego pod racers that you get to build for the next 3 hours and fly them around with Sebulbas. And it's like, it's going by, Sebulba. That guy, his name's Watto. BT Dubs, the guy says that. Annie? Little Annie? The hell was I talking about? Yeah. Getting an apartment. I remember when I bought my first car, when the loan was under my name and I was placing the down payment, I was so excited. But guess what? Now when I'm driving around, I'm like, don't get too close, don't go too fast, because now I got insurance I got to pay for. If I crash this bitch, I got gap insurance that'll help cover it, but then what? And then what? If it's my fault, I ain't going to get an insurance payout. If someone hits me, then I will. That doesn't even matter. I don't know why I said that. But listen, that level of excitement maybe comes with that. Maybe your favorite sports team winning a championship. But think about all the stress that comes with those things. Like, why does the stress come with that and not with the birthday party? Well, I'll tell you. At least this is what I think is the case. When you're a kid, you have not that much life experience. You don't know what it is to be truly disappointed until you do. And some people, some kids growing up, experience nothing but disappointment. And I believe that's a little bit of a different story, but I'm just saying, like, your average run-of-the-mill child, the level of excitement you feel is because you don't really know disappointment truly. You are just kind of floating through life. Things happen to you. Maybe you get in trouble because you did something bad, but then okay, I can't do that. Otherwise, mom and dad are going to yell at me, or the teacher's going to get mad, send me to the principal, and then mom and dad are going to get mad at me. Either way, mom and dad get mad at you if you do something messed up. But as a kid, like, that's just, I brought this upon myself. But once you start to kind of get to a certain age, you start having more and more responsibilities, like college level or so. You start getting into things you got to keep up with, mainly school. If you're in sports, you got to keep your grades up to be able to play on the team. So you got to make sure your homework is getting taken care of. You got to make sure that your tests are scoring high. You got to make sure you get things done because you also got practice after school every day, might I add, for 2 to 3 hours a day. And then you got to go home and do your homework, and then it's basically bedtime. So there's responsibilities there. But still, when you're a kid, that sort of thing, even in high school, that sort of thing is, you still feel that excitement. Like, oh, God, there's going to be a party. Oh, there's going to be a party, dude. We're going to have some fun at the party, dude. That's a thing, for sure. It's just, once you get a little bit older, you start getting into college. It's kind of that same thing, but then you really kind of you're on your own at that point. You got to take care of yourself. Your parents if your parents are paying for college, then they're going to be on your ass about everything. But they're not really, your college can't really call your parents and be like, hey, they're not going to class. It's on you. It's on you at that point. But as we get older, you start experiencing more and more disappointments, or you realize how much effort you have to put into something to get that reward. And the novelty of just getting something, that Christmas gift, those Legos. Maybe you got a PlayStation 2. Not right now, but when my old ass was young, got a PlayStation 2 that was crazy. Best-selling console of all time, about to be upended by the Switch 2. But listen, the anxieties you feel are new and probably like worse than it's ever going to get in your life. Like that feeling. It's like the first time you ever get cut or something. What's that Sheryl Crow song? First cut is the deepest. Like that's true for everything if you take that metaphor across the board. You get older, you start worrying about like what you look like, how you're presenting yourself, what others think of you, what you think of yourself. There's a lot of worry, and it's just hard to stop that. disappointment, anxiety, fear of losses, they're all kind of absent from a child's mind because things are just the way they are and the way they've always have been. And so I was thinking to myself and talking to my friends about it, and like, when was the last time I felt this kind of level of excitement? And dude, it got to a sad, sad answer because I knew exactly what that moment was. And it was when I went to go buy a little baggie of that cocaine or that Molly or some shrooms or something to get the party started. You know what I mean? They say, which is really sad, they say that a drug addict or an alcoholic is, when they're on their way to go get their drugs, they are already high. And that's taking into account someone driving to their dealer's house. The way they're driving through traffic, you would be like, damn, what is that person on? They're not on anything yet, but their mind is already getting prepared for that. And that level of excitement, it was childlike. Because it was new, because it was fresh, it added a spark into this world that I was getting into. But your brain changes when you're going out to get that baggie, when you're going out to do your thing that night, and it's exciting. You're gonna have a good ass time. You literally start getting high before you take the drugs. And once you get that text, hey, come through, I got you. Oh shit, that's when it starts. That's when you're like, oh yes, perfect. It's gonna be a great night. Get the wheels start turning, the level of excitement gets turned up. Honestly though, like, that level of excitement before you get the drugs is better than when you get the drugs and start doing them. In most cases, I would say, the excitement of it and the potential is better than actually participating in the act. Which I don't know what's sadder, that excitement that you're getting from the potential, or the potential not living up to the excitement that you're feeling. And in my humble opinion, that's what I feel. I think that's the last time I felt that level of excitement, which is, to me, I can laugh at it now, but it's sad. It's a sad story. If you're living that life, you know, I feel for you. I get it. I've been there, but it ain't good. It's not where you want to be. You got to find something in your waking life that gives you that level of excitement. Have I found it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not that level of excitement. But to be honest, I don't know if that level of excitement is real. When I was a kid, I tried to turn Super Saiyan. That's not possible. At least not yet. And I would say to this day still, for once a week, I try to use the Force to bring something towards me. It hasn't happened yet. But that kind of excitement is not real, I don't think. Because even when you're doing drugs and more you do them, the less of that feeling you get, and it's more of like the need to have them. Like, I need to have this just to have a good night. And it's the way of addiction, right? It's just how things go. You start off, I think the parallel is right there. When you're a kid, you start off and things are new for you. The level of excitement is crazy. You get to where you're having that fun, and it's never as fun as you cook it up to be in your mind. And it's the same way for doing drugs. Like, your brain is like, yeah, dude, yeah, this is great. You're living the life. You're a rock star. Blah 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 blah. But that's not That's not real, because the more you do it, the less of a rock star you feel and the more of a bum you feel. But what's sad about the whole thing, like I said, is that level of excitement I have not felt since then. It was the most heightened sense of that feeling I can picture. So it got me thinking again, what could give me that level of excitement? Is it even possible? No, I don't think so. I've done a lot of meditation on this kind of thing. And when I say meditation, I'm not sitting there namaste style with my hands like this, legs crossed, floating in the air, like Yoda. No, what I mean is like just in deep thought, like where I get my meditation from doing mundane tasks, cleaning my room, doing the dishes, doing laundry, folding clothes, those little things where you can just zone out and your body can take control of that and you can just go into your head. Working out too, I feel like I get a lot of thoughts in that way. Running, especially a lot of cardio stuff. It's easy to escape from what you're doing and put your mind somewhere else. But I have not been able to figure out what gives me that level of excitement. Even when I do these podcasts and it's exciting for me, although it is a grind sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, fuck, I don't want to sit there and talk for 30 minutes. It's a struggle sometimes to get to 30 minutes. I'm just here by myself. I'm just yada yada in. And sometimes it's a grind, but it is exciting. But that's the flip side of it, right? Like that's the part of it that's the side effect, the side dish that comes with it is the hustle that I got to put in. And then I got to edit these clips out and make it entertaining and pick the right stuff. Do I want it to be a funny one? Do I want it to be an impactful one? How do I keep it engaging visually? There's like so many little things that go into just one episode. And so I hope you guys appreciate it, first of all. And I know that you do. If you're at this point of any of my podcasts, I know you do. Thank you very much. But things like that. Another example, I'm really excited for this new Switch 2 that's coming out. They're announcing it at this point of the recording. They're announcing it in a couple of days, or like the release date. And I'm honestly genuinely excited. But then the flip side of it is it's going to cost $400 at least. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, can someone just give me one? Nintendo, I'm looking for a sponsorship alongside of Essentia. I want free Nintendo Switches, especially the number 2s. And if you could talk to Essentia too and let them know, like, what's up, that would be great. But I'm genuinely excited for that. But that's the trade-off, is like, it's going to cost a lot of fucking money. And it's not a ton of money, but it's enough to make me go, God damn, here goes so many hours of my life earned, right? Because that's what money essentially is. It's a business or somebody telling you, here's how much your time is worth to me. Boom, here's the money. And you have to think about it that way. Like, how much money am I spending? Is it worth that amount of time that I've given away to whoever is my employer? But that's probably the closest thing I could think of. Sometimes when I get new art, like, that gives me excitement. But then I got to figure out where I'm going to put it. And am I going to be able to look at it every day? And am I gonna love it? Things like that. But it's not that exciting. It's not that crazy. So, what else am I trying to say? What is it that gives you that level of excitement? And do you even resonate with what I'm saying? Does this make sense to anybody? That childhood excitement, does people remember that? Other people feel that too? For some reason, the birthday party with the bounce house is the thing that stands out to me because it was so fucking fun. And the excitement leading up to it was amazing. Better than drugs. Bounce house versus drugs. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Speaking of, I got that Marvin the Martian right here, guys. Fire. Bounce house versus everybody. That's what I'm getting. New merch. Check it out at some point in the future. So let me know. I want to hear from you. Where's that unmatched level of excitement for you? Do you get that today as an adult? Like, please let me know what you're doing so I can add that into my routine to see if it gives me the same level of excitement. So yeah, that's it for today. Another shorty one. But I think a good one. It's a good one to contemplate and think on. It's what's the point of life if not to enjoy it while you're here, help people out along the way, which is hopefully what I'm doing now. But yeah, I mean, what else is there to it? Make love, not war. That's what they say. This one rapper I really like and really love, very wise guy, but he said, make mistakes, love, and music. I plan on several. And I truly believe that. I really resonate with that. Super fire bar, super fire song, super fire rapper. But it's true what he's saying. Like, make mistakes, make love. And the music part is just because he's a rapper, but like fill in the blank with whatever you love to do and put that in there. So yeah, love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Please follow, like, subscribe, review. They all help get my algorithm going. Make sure you comment on YouTube as well. Spotify has a comment section in case you guys didn't know. You can leave some comments in there. It's only seen by Spotify users, but it's something there. I don't know what that does for the algorithm, but hey, I would love to see some comments from y'all. So yeah, holler at me. Have a good rest of your day. Love, peace, and I'll see you later.